ها وطاروا كلهم. اليوم في ما شاء الله. اوكي يلا
نعم.
ماشيين. ها
إيه.
ليش؟
جاهز جاهز.
عليك بالله.
إيه.
Good evening, live from this news center of the Sultanate of Oman television. Here we present to you tonight's news bulletin. But first, the headlines. His Majesty the Sultan greets the custodian of the two holy mosques of Saudi Arabia on his country's National Day. Arab ministers of information discuss in Cairo promoting media awareness for future generations and the critical role of media in supporting the Arab security and institution building. And the Sultanate of Oman hosts the Aga Khan Award for Architecture at the end of next month. Good evening once again, and thank you for joining us. Those were the headlines. Now for the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq has sent a cabal of greetings to the custodian of the two holy mosques, King Salman bin Abdul Aziz of Saudi Arabia, on his country's National Day. The Sultanate of Oman participated in the 52nd round of Arab Ministers of Information meeting, which discussed at the Arab League premises in Cairo, promoting media awareness for future generations and the critical role of media in supporting the Arab security and institution building. It also focused on enhancing cooperation in the media field. The Sultanate of Oman's delegation was headed by His Excellency Dr. Abdullah bin Nasser al-Harrasi, Minister of Information. The comprehensive tourism plan for the Governorate of the Far topped the discussions between His Highness Marwan bin Turki Al Said, Governor of the Far, and His Excellency Salim bin Mohammed Al Mahrouqi, Minister of Heritage and Tourism. The presented plan included areas of integration with the government institutions and other sectors, including governorates, job markets, small and medium enterprises, promotion and investments, ongoing and future tourism projects and events were reviewed. The Ministry of Housing and Urban Planning organized a workshop with real estate development officers on real estate development projects. More details in the following report.
The Ministry of Housing and Urban Planning is preparing to launch tenders of 5 new projects within the Suruh initiative for integrated residential neighborhoods to be implemented by real estate developers and sold out to eligible citizens. The new projects will be built on an area of more than 1,800,000 square meters in the wilayas of Sour in South Sharqiya Governorate, Rustaq in South Al-Batina Governorate, Suhar in North Al-Batina Governorate, Salala in Dhufar Governorate, and Khasab in Musandam Governorate.
This workshop with the real estate developers comes as a preparation to launch a new integrated housing complex initiative Suruh projects in the next, inshallah, week. This workshop, we will discuss with the developers these 5 projects. We will explain the locations and the opportunities also available for these projects, and also we will discuss the challenges that the developer will face, and we'll try also to incorporate these challenges and the solution for these challenges in the RFP. Also, we will discuss the evaluation criteria with the developers. How are we going to evaluate these projects, either technically or commercially?
Suruh initiative also includes 4 other projects, 3 of which are in the technical analysis stage in preparation for their assignment before the end of this year, and will be set up in wilayas of Al-Amirat in Muscat, Bidbid in Dakhiliya, and Nakhal in South Al-Batina. As for the other project, Al-Nasim neighborhood, located in the wilaya of Barka in the South Al-Batina Governorate, its first phase is expected to be completed early next year.
Actually, we are thrilled to be a partner with the Ministry of Housing in this initiative. We look into this initiative as one of the key and anchor initiatives in the urban planning and providing product and solution to residential planning in Oman, which will benefit the resident and also the citizen by providing an integrated and completed solution which will provide better life for residents.
The Suruh initiative for integrated residential neighborhoods supports the existing housing policies in Oman to provide adequate housing with basic services to citizens eligible for granting residential lands. The initiative seeks to achieve the goals and requirements of the Urban Strategy and Oman Vision 2040, which aims to establish sustainable cities and villages that meet the aspirations of their residents.
The Sultanate of Oman will host next month the Aga Khan Award for Architecture for the year 2022. 463 projects will compete for the award in its 15th session. His Excellency Sayyid Saeed bin Sultan Al Busaidi and the Secretary of Culture, Sports and Youth for Culture stated that hosting the event will promote the Sultanate of Oman's role as an international destination for culture, literature and arts, and will build bridges of communication between the nations of the world. The Minister of Culture, Sports, Youth announced today the winners of the Literary and Arts Forum competitions in its 25th edition, which concluded its activities today in Muscat under the patronage of His Excellency Dr. Mohammed bin Saeed Al Ma'mari, Minister of Endowments and Religious Affairs. In the field of Arabic standard poetry, the poet Shayma bint Awad al-Alawiyah won the first place, while the poet Muhammad bin Isa al-Ma'shari won the second place, and the poet Ahmed bin Muhammad al-Shu'aili won the third place, while the poet Ibrahim bin Saeed al-Soti won the fourth place, and the poet Nasser bin Saeed al-Ghassani is in the fifth place. In colloquial poetry, the poet Ahmed bin Saeed al-Jabri won the first place, while the poet Ibrahim bin Khamis al-Shukeli won the second place, and the poet Ali bin Muhammad al-Mujaini won the third place, while the poet Nazim bin Mubarak al-Braidi won the fourth place, and the poet Nof bin Tawfiq al-Salti won the fifth place. In the field of short stories, the writer Sarah bint Ali al-Mas'udi won the first place, while the writer Sheikha bint Ahmed al-Mahruqiya won the second place, and the writer Hanan bint Nasser al-Jahwariya won the third place, and the writer Bara bint Hamoud al-Mahruqiya came fourth, while the writer Wafa bint Salim al-Maslahiya ranked fifth, and Khamis bin Salim al-Salti won the encouragement prize. In the Tarbiyat competition, Izz al-Balushi won the first place, while Ziana bint Saif won the second place, and Aisha bint Hafiz won the third place. The committee to follow up the support of the implementation of Oman Vision 2040 for Musandam Governorate projects held a meeting today that discussed Oman Vision 2040 implementation plans. The meeting, chaired by His Excellency Sayyid Ibrahim bin Saeed Al Busaidi, Governor of Musandam, reviewed development plans in the sectors of housing, transport, trade and industry, investments, promotion, the logistics sector, and all tourism and municipal projects in the Governorate. Still to come in our news bulletin, an exhibition at Beit Az-Zubair showcasing designs and artworks of students. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. The Minister of Social Development launched today an initiative dedicated to training and recruiting people with disabilities. The event was presided over by Her Excellency Dr. Laila bint Ahmed Al-Najjar, Minister of Social Development. More details coming up in this report.
To invest in the potentials of people with disabilities and empower them to contribute to the comprehensive development process, in line with the goals of Oman 2040 vision, the Ministry of Social Development launched the initiative, Be With Us, to support them.
This initiative aims to train and recruit people with disability and help them to be effective in the society.
In the first year, the initiative aims to train 100 people with mild and moderate mental, visual, and hearing disabilities who are between 18 to 40 years old for 36 weeks in a number of jobs that suit their abilities in several private sector entities.
The project takes almost 9 months training, and with this training also there is on-job training and supervision from the center itself. So in general, it's almost 9 months, including the recruitment as well. We focus in the beginning in this initiative to create a program that's suitable to enrich their knowledge, and the main things like to work in the IT, receptionist, administrative jobs in the companies, and those companies mainly we focus on the finance companies like banks and others, and in telecommunications as well.
In this context, the Ministry of Social Development signed 6 memorandum of understandings to facilitate upskilling persons with disabilities through a comprehensive training and employment program.
A campaign on early detection of breast cancer continues in the Wilaya of Al-Kamil wal Wafi. The one-week campaign was organized by Oman Cancer Association in cooperation with health centers in the Wilaya. More details in the following report.
Breast cancer is one of the most common cancers among women. Most women are diagnosed with breast cancer are over or just below age of 40. But there is a good chance of recovery if it's detected at an early stage. And this was the main aim of this campaign in the Wilaya of Al-Kamil wal Wafi.
I want to thank all women who is attend this event to get more benefit and more information about this campaign about early detection of breast cancer.
You are rosy without pain is the title of the campaign. The organizers from various health centers and Oman Cancer Association translated this campaign into a number of programs and competitions for 1 week.
We are here today to give and to increase the awareness of women regarding the importance of doing early detection or early screening for themselves either to go to the health center to do this early screening to detect of any early breast cancer.
Visitors experienced various activities such as sports, cultural, and clinical, plus X-ray tests. The participants tried to get the most out of this campaign in order to prevent themselves from this disease. Sultan bin Saif al-Sarai from South Al-Sharqiyya Governorate, Wilaya of Al-Kamil wal Wafi.
Thank you, Sultan. To promote commercial cooperation between Duqm Port and oil and gas companies and explore business opportunities provided by the port to these companies, Duqm Port, in cooperation with Oman Society for Petroleum Services and Oman Logistic Association, organized a forum on business opportunities provided by the port. The forum explored business potentials and benefits and means to maximize their exposure to companies to support a variety of commercial and economic activities that target the oil and gas sector. Effective infection prevention and control practices in the healthcare institution is an essential requirement. A training course organized by the Ministry of Health, represented by the Department of Infection and Prevention and Control of the Director General of Disease Surveillance and Control, in collaboration with the Infection Control Africa Network, concluded its 2-week program. More detail in the following report. A ceremony took place this afternoon to mark the conclusion of the 2-week course held under the auspices of His Excellency Dr. Mohammed bin Saif Al Husni, Minister of Health and Secretary for Health Affairs. The 2-week training, carried out along with workshops and field practices, took place to meet the ever-changing requirements of healthcare professionals' requirements that infection preventionists constantly update their knowledge base and expand their skill set. During the ceremony, it was highlighted that the control and prevention of healthcare-associated infections, especially antibiotic-resistant bacteria, requires activating infection prevention control programs in all health institutions, providing them with qualified management cadres who are able to deal with the developments in this field, in addition to setting up policies that ensure safety of patients and healthcare workers and prevent any human and economic losses. The training and workshop included lectures and hands-on training through group work and discussion panels conducted with the Infection Control Africa Network and the Infection Prevention and Control Department of the Ministry of Health. 25 attendees from Infection Prevention and Control Health Section, with other health practitioners coming from various primary and specialized healthcare institutions across the Sultanate, have benefited participating in the training.
The training that we have undergone for the period of 2 weeks provided us with a great learning in infection prevention and control. We are ready to exert all our efforts to make sure that we break the chain of infection in our healthcare facilities and community.
This training was a wonderful opportunity for all of us, as it has empowered with additional knowledge and skill to prevent and control infection.
Through its first cooperation with the Infection Control Africa Network, the ministry, represented by the Department of Infection Prevention and Control of the Directorate General of Disease Surveillance and Control, aspires to strengthening human capacity as it has put the training of national cadres in the field of infection prevention and control one of its top priorities within a comprehensive preparedness and response for public health emergencies strategy. Infection prevention and control is paramount in healthcare services. It protects both patients and healthcare workers from disease. Without controlling the spread of infection, healthcare institutions would become unsafe to go or visit, which would create huge healthcare problems across society. To learn more on that, with us is Dr. Amal Al-Ma'ni. Dr. Amal, a very good evening to you. Can you hear me?
Yes, Abdullah, good evening to you and all the viewers.
Thank you for joining us. Dr. Amal, in your opinion, what have changed in the infection prevention and control with the emerging of COVID-19?
So COVID-19 was really an eye-opener on the importance of infection prevention and control, and it has projected this specialty as a very important specialty in the preparedness and readiness for any public health hazard or outbreaks of infectious diseases. Also, it has superscored the importance of the connection between the healthcare facilities and the community. And this connection has to be also taken to the prevention part. Preventing infections in the community prevents its coming to the healthcare facilities, especially hospitals, where there is a high-risk patients that can get badly impacted by outbreaks inside the hospitals, and vice versa, trying to stop the movement of healthcare-associated infection outside to the community and spreading it in the community as well. So COVID really highlighted this as a big hazard and highlighted the importance that the specialists in the area of infection prevention and control not only concentrate their work inside the healthcare facility, but it should also extend to the community and ensure the community awareness and practice of infection prevention and control measures. So this is the one thing. The other thing, in order to be prepared, the globe has reviewed the implementation of the infection prevention and control globally. And there was really big gaps in the activation of the infection prevention and control programs worldwide, with very few countries that really their program has met all the core capacities that the WHO have set it for the programs. And the main one, which is building the human capacity in this specialty and, giving them all the tools that they need to practice their specialty, and thus to go back to the healthcare and be tutor for the other healthcare worker and teach them how to protect themselves and how to protect their patients from the risk of infections. That all has been said. The number of things that they need to care about is only three: the human and the hygiene of the human, the hygiene of the environment, and the hygiene of the devices and tools. So if they can comprehend all the tools in ensuring the hygiene of the three elements, as well as how to stop the transmission between them by identifying, the vehicle for the transmission and stopping the transmission, they are achieving most of the procedures and elements of infection prevention and control.
Dr. Al-Mani, what is the importance of this training for healthcare future? And if you will give one message to the community about preventing getting sick with infections, what would it be?
So the complexity of healthcare is increasing. We have an extension in all the services of the healthcare, and it becomes very complex. And within this complexity, you need really to prevent the healthcare-associated infections so that it does not create an extra burden in the healthcare by prolonging the stay of the patients in the hospital if they acquire one of those infections, or increasing mortalities. So really, enhancing the training of the infection preventionists, and thus the training inside the healthcare facilities for the other healthcare worker, is going to pour into decreasing the healthcare-associated infection, and then the workflow of the healthcare is going to be much faster and increase the quality and safety inside the healthcare. The message, and the big message to the community as well as to the healthcare worker, day after day we realize that the basic are the most important. The basic vehicle for transmitting infection is our hands. If we pay attention to the proper hand hygiene and to ensure that our hands are clean, I think we can succeed in 80% of the time to prevent the transmission of infections, whether in the community or in the hospital setting.
Well, Dr. Amal, we congratulate you for this particular training, and we wish you all the best. That was, of course, Dr. Amal Al-Mani, Senior Consultant in Pediatric and Infectious Diseases, Director of Central Department of Infection Prevention and Control, Ministry of Health. Once again, thank you. Theme Inside, the University of Technology Applied Sciences in Nizwa inaugurated an exhibition at Beit Zubair showcasing designs and artworks of students. More details in the following report.
To shed light on the innovative compositions of design students of the College of Creative Industries and present their projects to a large segment of the community, the University of Technology and Applied Sciences in Nizwa inaugurated the Insights, Design and Arts exhibition at Beit Zubair in Muscat.
The Insight exhibition is a very excellent opportunity for our students to showcase their design and artwork that they produce at the University of Technology and Applied Sciences in Nizwa, and to come here to Muscat and to showcase to the society, to a bigger number of the society in Oman. It is a very good chance for them.
The exhibition contains more than 100 student-made artworks in various fields of design, including graphic design, photography, and recycling, in addition to some graduation projects.
I consider the events a great motivational to continue designing, where we also show our creative works and designs.
I am proud that I am here participating to present my work and my colleagues from Nizwa And there are different work from basic design fundamentals, drawing, painting, digital illustration, photography, and from more advanced courses like packaging design, desktop publishing, visual effects, and some graduation projects.
The Insights exhibition comes within the MOU signed between the University of Technology and Applied Sciences in Nizwa and Beit al-Zubair to enhance elements of cooperation between them in the cultural and artistic fields. The exhibition will continue until the 4th of October, allowing the public to contemplate the astonishing artworks produced by the students of the University of Technology and Applied Sciences in Nizwa. From Beit al-Zubair, Saleh Bukhalfan al-Rahbi, Muscat.
This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. His Majesty the Sultan greets the custodian of the two holy mosques of Saudi Arabia on his country's National Day. Arab ministers of information discuss in Cairo promoting media awareness for future generations and the critical role of media in supporting the Arab security and institution building. And the Sultanate of Oman hosts the Aga Khan Award for Architecture at the end of next month. With that, we do conclude this news bulletin brought to you live from this news center of the Sultanate of Oman television. From me, Abdullah bin Ahmed Arabiya, with the entire news team, of course, directed by Hilal Shandudi. We thank you for joining us. Wish you a pleasant evening and good night.